And I really say that, God, just take this life. This boy, just take him. Just for me, because in the world of man, there is this kind of roughness that we fantasize with. For me, whenever I do something stupid, just knock me in the face. Just knock me in the face. I just want that. I just give you the right. Because, I understand that you are the guy for this life. Man, you see, my very initial understanding before I came to the faith, that you thought about me. You sat down in heaven and said, let us create man. Let us create Robin. You created me. You knew me when I was in the belly of my mother. I was absolutely nothing. I was no projects going on. I was no creativity going on out there. I was not that cool guy. You see, man, I was not that successful body. I was not that unique person. You see, I was not all of those things. I was just nothing. And you know me. You loved me. You planned for me. And now, just to come and say, God, I want to align to that plan of yours. I want to see that purpose. It's just all it takes. You see, it's just all it takes. So, for me, prayer, just like they describe it in church, they say it's not something that goes in the lines of reciting of some structured prayers or whatsoever, but it is something that breaks from honesty. It is something that breaks from intimacy with the Father, with the Lord, whom we are in communion, whom we are intertwined with, as per the speaking of the word, whom we are now born of. So with that being said, my Father, my prayer, if it's personal, just allow me to say this. You see, if it's relational, really allow me to say that. If it's intimate, really allowed me to say. I've seen people in the faith who got favored. I've seen people who journeyed with God such that, man, they understood each other to levels we will never understand God to. Some he called people of his hearts. Some he called his friends. Some he called the greatest. So God really is a father. Because like in a family setting, the way I understand it, in a family setting, the way the parents relate to their kids, it's an undeniable fact, whether we like it or not, is not the same. So there are some favors that the third kid can ask and he gets to get, that the second kid cannot get. They are all loved by the same love, but no, the discussions, the way we relate, we understand each other within the family is not the same. So my prayer as a warrior, I'm not like saying I'm weak, but I'm understanding the strength of the one I am carrying. And I want to capitalize it. I just want to leverage that strength. So I am here saying, God, really take this life. You see this boy, please, Father, without hesitation, when he enters that road, just punch him, Lord. And he is always ready to bear the consequences. Just know that. Just know that whilst going in that road that I don't have clear understanding how I got there, whilst bearing the consequences of things I don't understand where and how I committed, somewhere along the way I'll remember that, oh, I once prayed a prayer that God, please take over my life. I'm just going to remember that. So with that comes now the assurance as I'm taking off this play, as I'm kicking off this journey with God, comes now the assurance that, no, God, since you are the one in charge, I'm trusting you with the journey, I'm trusting you with the life, I'm trusting you with the soul, I'm trusting you with the destiny, I'm trusting you with my eternity. So I know that as we go from now, my life, you see, in payment, my word, in settlement, in payment of the consequences I'm going to be paying along the way. You see, in journeying, in entering, in enjoying the roads that I won't even remember when I consciously decided to take, I will know that my life is secured in your hands. I don't know how brutal, I don't know how heavy. What I'm asking for is, but the way God, you say in your word, in Corinthians, if I'm not mistaken, that we can do all things through Christ. I just know I will do it. You see, there's going to be crying, there's going to be gnashing of teeth. You see, there's going to be regretting, there's going to be wanting to quit, there's going to be fighting against you and probably hating you. But in this we're just going to get through it. I know it. Because, folks, the Bible says, if this hand is the one that causes you to sin, cut it. So what I'm cutting here, the kind of covenant I'm cutting here, is that, God, I don't know what this is going to take me. I don't know where this is going to lead me. But for the time I've had with you, you see the roads I've taken and the hits I've sustained, I know that you are the man for this job. I cannot do it without you. And this is why I am signing you. I am signing with you a lifetime contract. And I'm saying, you are just a man who can just take me to success, take me to happiness. Because the way I understand myself is that I'm a I'm a man who just want to be happy, who just want to be free, who just want to be satisfied, who just want to not regret himself, who just want to be proud of himself. And if all of those things are a description of what only you can provide, a description of Jesus, the man who pleased God, the man who is glorified, if that's the place I'm literally trying to shoot to without knowing, then God, I'm ready to scheme up with you. I'm ready to walk side by side, take the orders, enter God. So there's gonna be a lot of giving away, of course. And as I speak these things, some of you might be thinking, this guy is really in some levels with God. No, I'm actually already having a bunch of things that I just don't know how I'm gonna deal with. This is my escape, but into the heart, into the hands of God. That is what I only love at this point. I love that I'm not gonna get out of this discussion the same. I'm gonna get out of this discussion changed, empowered. So those things, folks, they are really in trouble, whatever they are. And at this point, I do have some I know I'm just not supposed to continue doing, and I do have some that's dubious. I do have some I'm compromising. I do have some I'm justifying and protecting. I do have some, even as we speak, I really still want them sticking around. But for the sake of what I am saying right now, for the sake of this heart that is being given to God, I just believe that I'm going to get back to that life, that different, dangerous. And many things are just going to know that He's different, He's changed. We just can no longer stick around Him. So another thing God said, in the tongue there is the power of life and death. So this is life, I'm proclaiming it. Before, I'm declaring this actualization. I'm declaring this purity in my life. I'm declaring this consecration. I'm declaring this loyalty and obedience to God before even implementing it. Because my heart breaks for this man. Because my heart wanna go after these things. So before we start going, this is where it begins. What I fasten here on earth is fastened in heaven. And what is fastened on heaven cannot be loosed by anybody. That is my home. I trust the security of that place. The Bible says that one who places his treasure in heaven, there are no moths and pestilences and pesticides that can get there and touch his treasures. It is well kept. So that bank, man, it has got the best security system. It has got the best. Nobody intrudes. Nobody get lost to that place. You can get lost to every place. You can roam around these places, these environments, you see, these lands, these earth, but you don't get lost to that place. Yeah, I'm just going, folks. If there is someone who wanna enter into this ship with me, wanna enter into this plane, get on board. Let's run with Christ, because we're not as strong as we think we are. We're not holy. We're not righteous. Yeah, we wanna be, but He is. He is strong. He is powerful.